welcome to Sunday Morning Club. Grab your favourite mug, pull up a chair, and let's talk about some board game how-tos, playthroughs, reviews, and other things that rhyme with ooh, apparently. In this episode, we will be talking about Herd Mentality, the party game where you have to move with the crowd and steer away from individual thought. So this is a very fun, very easy to pick up party game of prompt answering with a twist. So instead of responding with the correct answer, players will have to respond with what they believe is the most popular answer within their group. Let's take a look. So here's our Herd Mentality big box. On the front, it has a tactile and velvety cow print pattern, which is delightful. So we'll pop the top off here. And first thing we have is our instruction manual, which is not too heavy. We have our little paddock. We have our point tokens as well. So we have 1 point and 3 point counters in this bag. We have a very healthy stack of question prompts. They're pink and green. So these are double-sided. There's no difference in the difficulty on either side. One bonus of this is that it does cut down on waste and uses less plastic. We also have these little answer sheets. So these are quite small, as you can see here. So what I've tended to do when I've run this in the past is provide our players with some blank sheets of paper which are a little bit bigger. You can do this just by cutting down an A4 sheet, and also a very colourful marker as well to go with it. Here I've just got a black one, but it's way more fun if you give everyone different colours, trust me. And of course we have our little pink cow, which mine doesn't have a name currently, so if you would like to suggest a name, please drop it in the comments. I would love to hear as well what you call your squishy little cow. So for the setup of Herd Mentality, you want to put the paddock in the middle of the table with your newly named squishy pink cow. And also drop in the point counters as well. So you'll see they have numbers on the back. So the small ones have a 1 and the bigger ones have a 3. This is just so you can replace your counters when you've got 3 of them. And the blue ones are all uniquely decorated with these wonderful little cows. And what tends to happen in my group certainly is a mini game develops where people try to claim the best blue point counters. And then also you'll give each player an answer sheet with a pen. It's as simple as that really. There's not much else in terms of setup. And once everyone has their paper and pen, you're ready to go. Okay, so how does a turn go in this game? So firstly, the question wrangler, regardless of whether it's one person or if it's rotated around the table, reads a prompt out to the rest of the group, and each player, including the question wrangler, secretly writes down their answer. Oh, and if someone is taking too long to think of an answer, everyone else is allowed to moo at them. Really, that's in the rules. So to start the round, the question wrangler has already selected a prompt and they've read it out to the rest of the group, and everyone's had a chance to write down their answers. For this example, we'll be using the prompt, "What is the best sauce?" So now everyone's written down their answer, and we'll go around the table to see how everyone has responded. So we have ketchup, mustard, another ketchup, another mustard, and there's ketchup again. So in this round, we can see that ketchup is the most popular answer. So anyone who answered with ketchup will gain 1 cow token to add to their little pile. Mustard, although did get 2 of the same responses, unfortunately does not score this round. So now if we rerun that again in a different scenario, we have another ketchup, mustard, ketchup, another mustard, and the final person has written the tears of my enemies. So you can see in this round we do have somewhat of an anomaly. So we have a unique answer in with all the others. But firstly, we'll deal with ketchup and mustard. There's no clear majority this time around, so unfortunately ketchup and mustard kind of cancel each other out and don't score. However, with our unique answer, they now have to look after our little squishy cow. So this now sits in front of them for the moment. The biggest thing to note here is that if you have the little cow in front of you, you cannot win the game, no matter how many points you have at the time. So it's really in your best interest to try and answer with the herd and not inherit the cow. My unofficial name for this game is Don't Have a Cowman. But if you do find yourself with this little friend in front of you, the only way you can actually get rid of it is to wait until someone else gives an individual answer, and then that little cow trots off and sits in front of them instead. Also, please check on the person who submitted that last response there. How do you win a game of herd mentality? Well, simply, it's the first person to reach 8 points will win the game. As you can see here, we've set up a little scenario of 4 players, each with different point counters in front of them. First player has 3, 4, 5, 6. Players 2 and 4 both have 8 points, you can see from here, but unfortunately player 4 has got the cow in front of them. This means even though they have the required 8 points to win, they can't actually do so. So the victory in this game would go to player 2. If you have a couple of players that all reach 8 points at the same time and are eligible to win, you can continue the game until you have a clear winner. So I've run Herd Mentality for my own board game group on multiple occasions, and it's always been a huge hit. It's perfectly scalable as well, so the biggest group that I've run it for has been a group of 12, and everyone thoroughly enjoyed it, and most likely we will be playing it again. It is just so much fun. So much so that I even added in the rare Christmas expansion, and we themed our festive Christmas edition of our board game group around the game, and we had a lot of fun. There was crackers, jokes, party hats, the works. You'll also be pleased to know that the mooing rule has made its way into other board game sessions, and you can often hear our group mooing at each other to make them hurry up. There are a couple of different editions of this game as well. So today we have been talking about the UK version in the big box. Big Potato Games have also released a dinkier, smaller version of this game with fewer components, but the same rules around the game. There's also a movies and music version of the game, which come complete with a gold cow. I know. So this game comes highly recommended here. It's always great fun. Let me know if you've played it in the comments and share some of your favorite responses and memories from playing this game. I would love to hear them. And that's all we have time for today, and we'll see you next time on Sunday Morning Club.